Welcome back to another episode of Bloodborne. Alright, without any further ado, let's get down to our first boss, shall we? So nothing really happened, I just, basically for me, hit stop and then hit record again. But for you guys, that's probably a whole day away. Ooh la la. Now I did say that I was going to turn up the volume a bit, so let's do that. Hopefully this won't drown me out. And I do have a way to get more damage on him. Yowza, come on, follow up. Like I said, folks, I've played this game quite a bit, so I may make this look a bit easier than it actually is and whatnot. Although Cleric Beast isn't exactly a very difficult boss. Nice. I'm off to a great start missing. Also, good word of advice, when you're dodging, sometimes usually try and dodge towards their attacks. Because dodging away, if they continue to follow it up, then you're usually likely going to get hit as a result. Okay, nice. Good grief. Alright, let's try and hit the head. You would do that, wouldn't you? Now this puts him in a critical state in which you can take a visceral by shooting the head a few times. Depends on your weapon though, and your blood tinge. Sometimes maybe a one shot. Oh, I staggered him out of that jump. I'm playing very stupidly right now because I just know how to deal with him. But yeah, these Molotovs will shred him. Careful about that because he jumps right on you. So you want to walk right under him and then just roll. Because the jump does track you, believe it or not. Nice sidestep, buddy. How am I missing the second swing of that, dude? Ouch. Do. How did you not get hit there, TCD? It's called iframes. I wish I had them in real life, don't you? Okay, come on. Yowza. Alright, that's it for you, buddy. Now, by killing him, we get access to our main weapon. Oh, yes. Yes, we do. And, as you can see, right under my soul count, or echo count, whatever you want to call them, I call them souls still, because I've played pretty much most of the Souls games. You see this little eye right there? That is called Insight. What that allows us to do is a few things. Starters. Let's head back to the Hunter's Dream. It gives us access to one of my favorite weapons in Bloodborne. It's not my favorite, but it is one of my favorites. And now the doll that was here resting is awake. Pretty much she is the level up woman. Farewell to you as well. Interestingly enough, she does gesture back to you, so if you do gestures like this, for example, she will bow to you. Now, she recognizes the more formal gestures. A wave leaves her questioning you, but stuff like a bow or you sitting down, she recognizes that. Now, if you do something celebratory, she also, I guess, celebrates with you, like this, for example. And she just applauds. It's quite a nice little thing there that they did. Now, as you can see, I do have a fair amount of souls with all that I just did. So what we will do is we will pop those bad boys. And, bam. Now, with 10k, I can do two things. For one, I can buy this, which this is a key for later on, as in literally the next area. Or I can say, screw that, and we can buy this thing right here, the Kirk Hammer, for 3k. It sounds expensive, but this is our main weapon after all. And now that I have my hunter set, I can do this with the clothes that I recently got, sell them, and try and make a bit of money back. That's a 750 souls if you just sell all of that. And if you sell the spear, for example, oh, excuse me, if you sell that spear, like I said, even if you don't plan on using it, just grab it because it's free souls. 750 plus 500, I'm not good at math. 1,200 souls, I believe? That should be around 1,200, so it's a nice way to make what you did back. Now, for the Kirk Hammer, we need 16 strength and 10 skill. We have the skill because I picked military class. So, all we need to do is let her level us up. So I'll let this play out just so that you can hear the first time, because then we're going to have to be skipping through this. Alright, so we put 2 into that. And right now we have enough for 7 levels, so we're going to put 2 into this. We are going to, I guess, level this up a bit. See what we want to do for the last one. And I'll throw that into skill, just so that we get more visceral damage. And now, wait. Maybe I shouldn't use that last one, because I do need a bit. Matter of fact, I'll take one out of here as well. Just for now, just to see how much I need. Excuse me. Alright. Now, fortify weapons. Kirk Hammer, 1 and 2. So now we have a +2 Kirk Hammer. Oh yeah, I can put a gem in here. Although it's not going to be the most useful right now. But I can't put it in because I don't have the item first. So let's go ahead and equip this bad boy. Oh yes, a giant freaking hammer of doom. You get a sword on one hand for swiftness and whatnot, and a giant freaking hammer on the other end. Now, might I just say how ridiculous this is? The amount of leverage that this man needs to have, like, if he's literally just going to be using his wrists for this, good freaking night. His wrist must be made of titanium or something. That's all I gotta say. Alright, so we got it to +2, so we can go ahead and level up however many times we can. 2 more times? Alright, good. I just wanted to be safe there. You know, I didn't want to... Oh yeah, I wanted to put 1 into skill, I guess. Just for more visceral damage. Nothing crazy. Farewell to you as well. I appreciate that. Now then, we are off to fight boss number 2. Well, and, excuse me. One really good thing to do in Bloodborne, if in the beginning, is to just always go and kill these enemies that I'm about to show you. It's for blood echoes, not blood echoes, but blood vials, which are the healables. Do. Unfortunately, these loading screens can be a pain sometimes. Especially if the game decides to crash or something. Which doesn't happen often. I don't want to scare you guys or anything. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes, you know, loading. Big whoop, it crashes. Alright, I'm just gonna whip out this hammer just because why not? Smash the beasts. Smash them. Molotov cocktail. Look at that. Made one back from all of our wasted ones from the cleric beast juking us. Come on. Now obviously if I'm two-handing I can't parry because don't have the gun. Now we have enough to kill him because we have more damage. How you? Oi! Oi! I'm talking to you. Hi there. Nice try. I'll be taking that, buddy boy. Complete obliteration. Hopefully that gives me some more stuff. Let's go ahead and get over here. Now I'm gonna do my best to try and show you this whole thing that I said I like about the enemy getting knocked down. But if you don't want to like deal with that, then you can always just follow this ladder, and that'll take you all the way down here to where that boar was originally down in the sewers, and you can approach the situation from that way. Depends on what you want to do. I usually like going this way and just letting this guy freaking get knocked down because it's just ridiculous. I mean, look at that. Good night. You know. Oh, excuse me. I'll go ahead and deal with you. And as you can see, I just killed 3 of those guys, these big, like, lumbering werewolf-looking dudes and whatnot. And they usually drop 2 blood vials apiece, and then you got the pig down here, so it's a nice little blood vial farm very early on. But the boar usually drops 2 to 4 as well, so there you go. Nice little farm. Oh, I didn't approach silently. That's another big thing that you need to keep an eye on. Don't worry, I'm not going to do nasty things to the pig. Not this time. Hello. No real need to, frankly. Oh, wow. And as you can see right there, some enemies, well, not some, a lot of enemies in Bloodborne are very resistant to blunt damage. Now, people like to say, well, the Kirk Hammer's bad as a result, and the Holy Blade, as you will see later on. I'm not using it, but I'm just going to show you for reference. It's just so much better. But honestly, I just say, you know, use what you enjoy the best. Like, no, we shouldn't, like, limit, like, fun to, like, oh, you have to have the best thing and whatnot. To me, that's why a lot of people get bored of, the games once they get really good at them, because all they do is play the exact same way, and then they have the audacity to talk about being bored. No crap, you're playing the same way, you know? Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, rant there, but it's just a little annoying when people talk about, you know, something being bland, and then they play the exact same way each time. As you can see, though, it may have, like, less damage on certain enemies, but it still does hit like a darn truck. And blunt damage may not necessarily be considered amazing, but like I just showcased here, you can still freaking destroy stuff. Kabam. Alright then, blood vials and hunter marks. Now this is another enemy up ahead. Well, another enemy, excuse me. It's a boss. And this guy usually eviscerates people pretty bad. But I will show you a nice technique that you can do, and then do for Phase 2, because Phase 2 is kind of terrifying for people, especially when they're new. Hope you're brushing those teeth, buddy. Alright, so this is a technique that you can do. You can keep him right here and hit him through the tombstones. Be careful, because that gun usually, more often than not, that gunshot does go through the tombstones, though. Now, this may be considered cheeky, but, I mean, he has an infinite... He has a gun with infinite ammo, a hyper armor, like you see right here. He's getting smacked with a giant freaking hammer, and he's just shrugging it off. Yeah, screw that. Come on, go ahead, do your spin. Come on. See what I mean? Which is exactly... Oh, gosh. I forgot that he did that. Like, if he hits you at a certain distance with that, poke, it'll, like, scorpion you. Pretty much. Come on. As you can see, I did 52 there because this hammer actually has AoE on each of its attacks, and if you don't hit it with a main weapon and you just hit with an AoE, you're obviously not going to do nearly as much damage. Heal, please. You can also parry him. Oh. Oh, nice combo. Never seen that one. Alright, this might be phase 2 if I'm not mistaken. Come on. There we go. Usually I try and get like a parry off on him before phase 2 because, Alright, look at this. Boom! Beast. Alright, now you want to run. You want to run up here because tombstones fighting him is just not fun. You get caught on tombstones and... Ugh! It's just not fun times. You want to drop down here because this is a very useful item. If you want to do 2 things with it, as I will do something later on though. Run back up here. Come on. Take your shoot time, buddy. I'll be up here. I want to throw this Molotov, but I really don't want to have to do the boss again, so let's just play it safe and be smart. Yes. Is that death? You might be dead. Oh, you're dead now. Here you go. Nice firebomb to the face. And that was him. Once again, he does shred a lot of new players because of how aggro he is. But knowing what to do and knowing how to handle situations, you can, in fact, make any game. Whether it's notorious for being difficult like the Souls games or, you know, other games in general. Knowledge is power in these games, and you can make any kind of game look a bit easy and whatnot by knowing what to do. Now, that item that we just got, this right here, Red Jeweled Brooch, used to gain Droplet Gem, a woman's bright red brooch engraved with the name Viola. Perhaps the jewel is a gift from a hunter used to change into a droplet blood gem that fortifies any weapon. With the proper workshop tool, various weapons can be fortified, hinting at a tool that we will be getting right now. Go ahead and pop this. And that actually fits into upgrading our weapons through the use of this right here, Blood Gem Workshop Tool. Alright. Let's go ahead and open this area. Alright. Now this is a hub area, if you will. I will just quickly summarize on it. You can use this area to save certain NPCs, non-playable characters, and they can give you certain dialogues and items and lore bits and whatnot by talking to this interesting fellow. Now, looks may be deceiving, as we will soon understand. as you will see right there, he was discussing the fact that you can use this as a hub area, send people here and whatnot. Quite nice guy. Despite the fact that he looks a bit strange. He's probably 9 times out of 10 made that way so that you say, what the heck's up with him, you know? These guys are pathetically easy to parry. If they so much as flinch their toenail at you, you just shoot and you will parry them. Let's go ahead and smash some birds, shall we? Oh. Not dead from a single hit? There you are. Yeah, go ahead and you flappity flap, huh? Do. Madman's knowledge, that actually gives you insight to the little eye under our thing. We actually need to get rid of some of this, because having too much ends up causing various problems. And we don't want that. We don't want that. Not at all. Come on. Do. You want to get parried too? I'm perfectly fine doing it. There you are. Now this right here, this shield, if you want to call it that, may look useless. And I might add that it does, in fact, seem useless. But there are, in fact, some uses for this thing later on in the game. So it's actually quite useful to hold on to. Useful, excuse me, to hold on to. Let's go ahead and head this way. Whatnot. Now, this area right here coming up next has a few good things for us, for example. Oh, by the way, you can make blood bullets by sacrificing health to make bullets. Why would you want to do that? In case you want to parry. Because parrying is important. Oh, I just swapped my gun. And visceraling actually rallies all of the health that was ready to be rallied. If you have 1 health left, for example, and you visceral, and all of your other health is yellow, if you visceral them, you will get all of that health back. It's a very, very satisfying mechanic to do, especially against really stupid enemies. Now this right here is more armor, but something's fishy going on with that. Now, we can't see it now, but we will see it later on. That's all I will say. Now this right here is a very interesting enemy, as it's very frightening, considering how imposing it may seem, but it, like anything, is just an enemy, and knowing what to do will allow you to make better use of the situation. Now, do you see this bone right here? That bone popping up, if you do enough damage to it, you can put them in a critical state, in which they, as well, can fall prey to a visceral attack. This is another shard, I believe. Yes, in fact. This area upcoming next has a few that are very, very useful for us. In fact, be able to use them, at least not right now, because we need 8 before we can get our next upgrade. Oh, I pulled him. Aha, see? You usually have enough time to execute 2 dodges, well, 2 dashes, if you do parry them from a distance. So it's quite useful to learn how to do that. And as you can see right here, rallied all of that yellowish health right back. Like I said, knowledge is power, and knowledge is going to make it look like the game is easy, but it's just knowing, you sack of crap. It's just knowing what to do. There's nothing crazy, you know. Get out of it. Do. Very, very, very useful item right here. Monocular. Pretty much binoculars, but with one thing. Why is that useful? Because it allows you to aim without having to lock on. And that's very useful, especially for one boss later on that is not very fun to fight, in my opinion. And it even made my friend rage quit. Nonetheless, this is where we're going to end this episode, on a nice little cliffhanger. This enemy right here is guarding something that will be very useful to us. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed another episode of Bloodborne. We've got a lot more stuff to cover later on, and I know that I'm kind of speeding through it in a way. But knowledge is power, like I said, and so this is going to make it seem like it's a very fast playthrough. But in fact, I am doing my best to take it a bit slower. I usually speed through way quicker. But hope you guys are patient with me, and please do let me know what you think about the audio. Let me know if I need to turn it up, turn it down, video game audio and whatnot, voice. Because I need to know how to balance this stuff, and I'll obviously be listening to it, but this is my first Let's Play, so a lot more sound and whatnot needs to be involved. So I need to make sure everything's pretty much, stable. As always, rate the video what you think it deserves. Tell me what you'd like to see in the future in the comments below. And I will see all of you next time in Yharnam.